Antoine, I want to talk about this division. Where do you see the Jets sitting in the AFC East? Because the Patriots, they have added some guys. They bring in Milton Williams, Stephon Diggs, Carlton Davis, Robert Spillane. It feels like the list is endless. Still a lot of holes there, but the Bills, one of the best rosters in the NFL. The Dolphins are still a team that I just never know what to expect from them game to game. Where are the Jets in this mix?
I think, just, considering the moves that the Patriots have made and the other teams in the division, I mean, you have to say they're probably in last place at the moment. I think,
Yeah.
the Patriots have substantially improved there. You talk about Drake May. I definitely think he had he looked good at times last year. Then I think he's going to take a natural progression, especially with, Mike Vrabel being there. And I expect the Patriots defense to be even better with Vrabel in the building. Miami's kind of in a weird place, kind of where the Jets were last year, where their coach and GM, general manager are both on the hot seat. They have to
Yeah.
make the playoffs, I think, in order to keep their jobs. To be quite honest with you, so they could finish second or third, just depending on what New England does. The division's still Buffalo's until proven otherwise, so you're not going to move off the Bills. So I think. At least at the moment, I mean, just looking at the roster, I think you have to look at the Jets as probably a last place team. And where they finish, I think it's going to be anywhere from probably to 4 to 7 wins, maybe.
Okay.
I don't think it's a season where you're going to have those high expectations like you have the last couple of years, but it's a time for growth, and I think they understand where they are. Like it's
Mm,
not going to be a quick fix there with the Jets, and it shouldn't be. I mean, you hadn't made the playoffs again like since 2010. It
yeah.
this didn't happen overnight. So you have to build it with a plan where I think like 2 or 3 years, maybe next year, depending on what happens, they'll have a lot more money to spend for free agents. Have a bit of a foundation where maybe you can take that next jump, sort of what the Patriots have done this
Hmm.
upcoming year, where they had a losing record and finished in fourth place, and now it seems like they're at least ready to compete, at least for second place in the division.
Yeah. Which team do you see that has improved the most this offseason? Patriots are one for me. The Bears look like they've improved quite a bit. Who stands out to you this year?
Yeah, I think the Patriots are definitely one of them. I mean, despite losing Sam Darnold, I really like what the Vikings have done.
Mm,
I definitely think, they're surrounding JJ McCarthy with a lot more talent there, especially on the defensive side of the ball. It'll be interesting to see how he plays there, especially considering this will be his true season
yeah.
there at the starting quarterback position. So, yeah, I think they've improved Washington. I definitely think, the trade for Laramie Tunsil, I definitely think is huge
Hmm.
there. So I definitely think that's going to be interesting. Pittsburgh is. We'll see if Aaron Rodgers ended up signing there or not. Uh, yeah, good luck with that situation. But I think if he does play the way that they expect him to play, then maybe they have a chance to win a playoff game potentially because Pittsburgh's going to be in the mix one way or the other, especially under Mike Tomlin.
Yeah. There is only need the most important position, the quarterback. The Steelers are so
Yeah, just,
funny to
just
me.
yeah, just it. Yeah.
So the big talking point this week in the NFL, the tush push. The debate is heading to another round. What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, I was down there for the owners' meetings, and it was
Yeah.
it was definitely a lot of coaches that don't necessarily like the rule, but I definitely think for me personally, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, I think I think the reason where it comes in is teams are hating on it because the Eagles are the only ones that can really execute it properly, so they don't necessarily want them doing it. So it's just a
Yeah.
bit of envy, it's a bit of jealousy, a bit of hating. That's kind of how I feel about it. And it seems like it's going to get overturned one way or another. It's just a matter of
Yeah.
when. I don't necessarily agree with it, but the momentum is swinging in that direction. That's why I feel like they tabled the discussion until May's meetings because they could have voted on it. They probably wouldn't have got 24 votes, but they probably would have got anywhere from 17 to 20. So I think they're going to get close, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. But it seems like this heading in a direction where it's definitely going to get banned at some point. Well, if not this year,
Yeah.
possibly next year.
Yeah, my thoughts are kinda, if you don't like it, maybe you should get better at it.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. But it's a lot. It's been a lot more momentum that is headed in
Yeah.
that direction where it seems like it's really going to get banned.
I was so surprised that I think I heard 16-16. I was surprised it was actually that close. Any other big takeaways from the meetings?
I mean, basically, you just look at, the rule changes there, especially with the overtime there, that both teams get the ball there. I think that's a good thing there. I know some people, it's been some talk that time should be extended from 10 to 15 minutes. But it's like that. If it's in the postseason, then I like it being at 15 minutes. The regular season doesn't necessarily need to be 15 minutes too, because I think if they moved it to 15 minutes, the teams would defer the ball and then wait to get the ball last and potentially score. So to have it at 10 minutes, you're going to take the ball first because you may not see the ball again. You might have a 8-minute drive, and then that other team only has like 1 minute and 50 seconds or whatever. So yeah, I definitely think it's going to be interesting to see how that pans out. But I definitely like the rules, to be honest with you. So that was another big takeaway just from the owners meeting there. And they also talked about sportsmanship and trying to crack down on certain things there. Obviously, the CD Lamb knows swipe is obviously been a bit topic there. So that's probably the two takeaways that I observed just at the owners meeting.
Thanks for watching this episode on the BetCanada channel. Hit that subscribe button because I've got more Jets content coming with Antwan that you don't want to miss.